Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another wacky, crazy episode of Paradigm Shift, an educational comedy. Red Moon will give you wings. Yes, yes, yes. We're here to talk about the combination supermoon, blood moon, solar eclipse, all this crazy stuff that's been happening, all simultaneous to that, and just all the wonderful fun. And apparently, it's been like some people have been having really positive experiences, and others, like I've seen posting on Facebook about like psycho road rage drivers and high tempers and all that other crazy stuff. I pretty much got a good night's sleep last night, unlike Katerina. Um, so that's why I titled it as this, because Katerina was talking about how it's like that hyper and then crash, and Rich is like, oh, like Red Bull, and it's like, oh well, Red Moon will give you wings. There you go. So I'll shut up and let them begin.
Well, yeah, I mean, I last night I don't normally stay up late like Dave does. Dave could marathon for days on end, I'm sure, just powered on nothing but Dr. Pepper and like Pepsi. He's just like chugga chugga chugga.
Sorry, I don't drink fetuses, but thank you anyway.
And for me, I tend to normally get a good night's sleep. So last night I was up, and the night before too, the energy was building quite a bit, and I just start feeling like energy coursing through my body and just sort of like tingles, and it almost felt like a low grade anxiety, which is weird because like I definitely know what anxiety feels like. I know how that is, but this was different. And some of the techniques that Dave and has shared with me over the years has been to allow and let go to these energies, and to just allow them to sort of course through you, and to not judge them, not judge your experience as bad or wrong, or feeling like it should be something different. So I took that advice last night, and I just created like a whole new WordPress website, empoweryourlifetoday.net, for my upcoming classes that I'm doing with my friend Mary. And that's something that has been a project that I've been wanting to do for quite a
I,
while.
I'll be right back. Nature's calling and it won't go to voicemail, so I'll be back.
Those are some projects that I was working on for a while, and I hadn't actually been able to move forward on it because there was like this interesting energetic barrier keeping me from getting the project done. And I, even though I would like try to work on it, I just wasn't ready, and it wasn't time yet. So the energy of the moon last night was just really strong, and it like kind of pushed me through that big barrier, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go like be triumphant and go like go to the finish line with this one. And I did, and that meant that I went to bed around like 3 or 4 in the morning, and it was like really a long night, but it was good. It's really good. And the moon was really cool too. Just really beautiful. What part did you watch?
Oh, I watched the whole thing. Um, I was up on Table Rock, which is a local hiking area. It's like a little kind of wildlife type refuge type thing, but it's got hiking trails and it's accessible and you can climb up there. And there are a couple of like old, essentially what they were is at one time they were like pits in the ground when the elevation was higher, and essentially over the eons those pits filled with like lava rock and stuff, and it solidified and cooled, and then all of the land around those at that time, it's like about 700 feet or so elevation gain, but basically all the land that used to be like level with that eroded away over time, and now you've got like these lava bed type rocks sitting there. So it's basically old terrain from way back in the ancient, periods, probably thousands of years ago. But anyway,
Hmm.
Me and my friend were up there, and we went up there to watch the whole eclipse, and we weren't the only people up there to go see it. But yeah, it was absolutely really cool. Very unique experience. I haven't seen a lunar eclipse in a long time like that, and it was a real time to really kind of contemplate and reflect over just kind of how the last year has been going, what I've been doing, et cetera, so on and so forth, high and lows. And, you know, it was kind of interesting when the moon got up to a certain point in the sky. I looked down in the valley because you can see the entire valley from up there. And off in the distance on one of the main highways, I saw a car accident that was down there. I saw a bunch of police lights flashing, and the road was blocked off. You could tell something bad had happened down there. You could see fire truck lights and police lights and everything. It was really interesting. I was thinking to myself, well, somebody's having a traumatic, energetic overdose. But anyway, for me, I was just sitting up there looking down on the valley. It was very peaceful. There was a nice kind of calm wind at my back. It was really calm. The bugs were singing in the low evening light, and it just kind of faded off until it was nice and dark. And then I look above me, and the Milky Way is there, and all these planets, and I saw, at the corner of my eye, a couple of shooting stars and things like that, and I was just kind of thinking to myself, we get so caught up on this planet from the day to day, thinking about, work or school or, so many different things that happen on the day to day, with our lives. And at the end of it all, it just, none of it in the grand scheme of the plan of the universe matters. It's so insignificant. There's just, we're on this rock in the middle of the cosmos that's just going around the sun, and it's going to continue doing its thing no matter, what politician says what, person threatens to do something to another person. The cosmos is still carrying on. It's still doing its thing. It's, we're just one little tiny blip in the grand order of the cosmos. But at the same time, there's this connection there. It's like, though we may be small and though we may be insignificant in the large scale scheme of things, there's still almost this unserene love. Like, at the same time, we're a part of it. We're part of this grand plan that is in the cosmos. We're part of this vast, amazing, ticking, moving, giant intergalactic thing that's, just suspended here, just one dimension. We're just in one dimension out of many, but we're part of this grand oasis that is space. We're just one of hundreds of trillions of planets and billions of stars, but yet we're part of it. And it's kind of a realization of being fortunate to be a part of that experience, and being able to, stand there with somebody and care about, and being able to contemplate on the beauty that is the universe. It's almost kind of having the same feeling of, in that moment, like the astronauts feel when they're in space. They're looking down back at Earth, and they're realizing, man, we are a part of this thing. At the same time, it's all of the menial things we get caught up in that are so neurotic mean nothing when you really kind of stand back and realize, do you realize what you're a part of in the universe? Do you realize where you stand in the cosmos? And it was just one of those feelings, and then kind of an overwhelming feeling of just being thankful, being grateful that you get to participate in just being on this planet, floating through space, in a terrestrial space station, as it were. It's a real sense of amazing honor to be, and privilege to be in that.
You were a fucking poet, man. That was you like totally took my mind like from here. Like I'm being in like this tired state, and now you like took it like all the way out here, and I'm like, holy shit, my tiredness is so insignificant. What the fuck? The world is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you. That was awesome.
Well, I mean, that's just how I honestly felt. I mean, it was just that real stark realization. I don't get those every day, but it was one of those realizations that, it was kind of one of those realizations of just like, wow, here we are.
Yeah, whoa.
You know.
That's awesome. Did you catch any of that, Dave?
I caught the tail end.
Finish.
You need to like re-listen to it because it was so beautiful. Everything that he described. Like when this is over, you need to like re-listen to his description because it was like goosebump inducing.
Mm-hmm. And it just kind of re-solidified to me, what I want to do with my life. And I can't remember the name of the astronaut, but he was on Apollo 16, and he was standing in the Valley of Taurus Littoral, and he was looking out. It was something like double the size of the Grand Canyon, and he paused and he spoke to Houston, and he said, "There's a fundamental truth to our nature: man must explore." Even though he couldn't really do what he really wanted to do because they were running on such a tight ship, because they only have so many opportunities to go to the moon. In the 1970s, he made that stark realization. He had to pause, and there are so many Apollo astronauts that said that same thing. They had to pause and stop for a minute and just realize, do you realize where you are? It's kind of that same thing. And there are some places on this planet where you can just literally stop and do the same thing. Do you realize where you are at this point in time? So.
Do you realize where you are? You're on my shoulder. Yes, you are, and you're sniffing my face.
No, I totally hear that. Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. I was watching a movie at the X Games premiere there was like a movie premiere for the X Games, and then X Games was happening in Austin a couple months ago, and it was a movie about this guy who did a skydive from space, and he was trying to like jump out of it was like the highest free dive or free fall, like from out in the atmosphere.
Yeah, we have that in one of our videos, actually.
Was that
that was the Red Bull one, yeah.
Was that where he broke the sound barrier, Felix Baumgartner?
I don't know if that was him. It was someone that was like trying to break the sound barrier. Like he wanted to go past that, and he died.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, he died.
He died. Oh, that wasn't.
That wasn't the one we're thinking of then.
Yeah, there was one that attempted it, but he died. But he was talking about just like that moment in the documentary of like it was like a memorial documentary kind of thing that was done, and talking about that moment of looking down at Earth and like just like contemplating all of that, and it was just such a crazy thing to think about, like what would propel somebody to like go take their life in their own hands and like go try to attempt something so unthinkable. And it really is like that curiosity, that desire to explore, that desire to push our limits and go beyond.
Let's go see whether or not re-entry really is a bitch.
That would be kind of interesting, be the first man to actually re-enter from space. Okay, I will be right back. The phone is ringing.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Dave.
I figured I'd add some crazy antics to this hangout and invite a little furry creature. At least for a little bit. I'm not going to have him here the whole time, but
He might poop on you.
this is the one that doesn't poop or pee very much when he's on you. Now the other rat, he just thinks you're a toilet. You know, it's no holds barred with the other rat.
Oh,
But this one's pretty good about holding his business most of the time. Yeah. You're a polite rat. Yes, you are. Last time I had you up here, you only peed a little bit once, and you didn't poop on me at all.
That's fucking funny.
He's got more control. Don't you? Yeah.
He's got bladder control.
He's got better control. The other rat's just extremely nervous and timid, so, you know, it's like a small child when they're nervous and timid.
Poop and pee everywhere.
Yeah. But this one's more social. I mean, this one will like jump out of the tank onto my arm and climb around and do like little acrobatics off my hand and shit. The other one, you have to actually go out of your way to pick him up in order for him to jump on you, and then he just wants to like jump right back down into the cage again and go hide in his little house. He's more timid. This one is very social.
I see.
These are Katie's rats, for anybody who doesn't know. This isn't my rats. I have him on loan.
That's pretty much all I had to say about the eclipse and all that. I don't know. What else do you have, Dave?
I actually slept last night, which was pretty good. My sleep schedules have been crazy for the last week or two, but last night I actually went to bed at 12 something and woke up at 6 something in the morning, so that was pretty equalized there. So obviously I've been up all day, so that can be a good thing. And then of course recently I did. Well, me and Rich did that little video about Facebook's newest little stupid in regards to trying to block TSU, and then today Sebastian Zubchek, I think is how you say his name. Sorry if I got that wrong, but Sebastian actually replied on TSU to that video, and he's like, "Interesting video." Smile. That's like, you know, day after the, you know, the supermoon eclipse thingy and all that. So there's all sorts of stuff happening simultaneous. Lots of positive, and of course people are seeing negative reflections too. Like one of my friends on Facebook, Lisa, I saw some posts about, you know, people being absolutely insane on the road and pissed off and road rage, and she was just like, what the hell is up with people, and so on and so forth. So it's an interesting mix. And then today, like, Facebook was down for like a half hour or so. I don't know what was up with that. You tried to load any pages, it's like, oops, something went wrong. We'll fix it as soon as we can.
Weird.
You cannot go in my shirt. No.
Oh, and now I'm having establishing a database connection problem with the website that I'm working on.
Weird.
Yeah, there's just a lot of funny little things happening.
Then about a week or so ago, the entire Skype network went down. That was bizarre.
You know, it's like things like this where the sheer amount and frequency and volume of like weird little things and anomalies happening is just too much to think that it's just a coincidence.
This is a weird little thing, and he's an anomaly.
Anomaly.
You know that song with Animal from the Muppets, the one that's Phenomena. Dun, 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 dun. Phenomena. Dun, 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 dun. Sometimes I just I picture in my mind just a parody of it with Data from Star Trek where he's going phenomenon dun 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 dun, dun phenomenon dun, dun, dun. I've always been tempted to make a parody with that.
That's funny.
So, what other interesting observations have you had, Rich, as far as what's been going on lately? I mean, not just personal life. I mean, you could mention your observations about, what you've seen in news articles and about the world and everything else, anything like that you might want to add. Oh, and it looks like you just rejoined. Um, Google's being a little bitch to you today, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have you noticed out in the world lately as pertains to what's been going on in headlines and whatever, provided this Google chat will allow you to state it without dropping your ass like a bad habit?
Well, it allowed me to state everything else that I just stated about the eclipse, so I don't see why it wouldn't let me state geopolitical politics. Well, I think really there are a lot of fair-pointing people out there right now that, are talking about the lunar eclipse as if though it's some sort of biblical sign and granted, it is, but not in the context of, oh, doom and gloom, Israel is going to blow up, the entire Middle East is going to blow up, the world's doomed, blah, 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 blah,
Oh, I
blah,
heard
blah,
that
blah,
shit
blah,
too.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, down the rabbit hole we could go. It's I've seen mixed reactions. I've seen the common sense no, it's just a sign that we're moving into more astronomically energetic parts of space, as science would clearly point out. And then you've got people who are sticking to paranoia and superstition that, well, because we have this, it must mean that, and that's the only possibility. So, build your nuclear bomb shelter because the world's coming to an end and we're all going to die and everything's just going to burn and blah, 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 blah. It's like, whoa, how much fucking faith do you have in humanity and the creator who created it? If that's your level of trust in the world, you're pretty fucked. Now, I'm not saying don't be prepared. I'm not saying don't have a cool kick-ass underground shelter with all of the cool shit in it. You know, I'm a prepper myself. I like prepping, but I don't sit around all the time, twiddling my thumbs thinking about, oh, the world's going to end tomorrow, or it's going to end when some jackass preacher walks up in the middle of New York and says, "Listen to me, my children, the world's going to end." No, it's not. No, it's not. The Bible also said, hold on, I've got the direct quote right here. Okay, and it's in Mark 13:32. Armageddon cannot be predicted, for the Bible says, "No one knows the day or hour when these things will happen, not even the angels in heaven or the Son himself. Only the Father knows." So, and Armageddon isn't even really, it's what Armageddon is metaphorically, it's the end of the old paradigm, the old age, the age of barbarism, and the beginning of the age of enlightenment, the age of new. And even the Bible describes in a basic way of it being that much, the transfer from, a world of misery to the world of, Christ ruling earth. Well, that's the idea of the Christ-like consciousness, that every person on this planet, I believe, is capable of manifesting in one way or another. I'm not saying we're God. I'm not saying we're better than God. I'm not saying anything. So if there's any assholes out there that are interpreting it, that is what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm merely saying
The
is
rat is on the shoulder of the loudmouth. It's a harbinger sign of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Nah, 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 nah. Fear!
yeah.
Fear! Nah.
Of course, people are going to be afraid if you use the word harbinger.
Lord Vader, execute order 666.
I feel so bad. Like, Paul's parents are totally into that shit. Like, they're so, like, oh no, everyone's gonna die. And so Paul and I were making jokes last night being like, so you should call your mom and ask her if she died yet.
Mommy, are you dead yet? I'm serious, are you dead?
Hey, guess
anyway,
what? We're all carbon-based life forms, and carbon has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6
neutrons and
electrons.
6
So
electrons.
we all got the mark of the beast anyway, so fuck y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm petting my little
Exactly.
beast, and he's marking me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he marked my shoulder already. I got the mark of the beast. You peed on me, you little fuck. Yes, you did. I was just telling everybody how good you hold your pee, but no, make a liar out of me. I've got the mark of the little beast on my shoulder. Now I gotta change my shirt. I guess it's time for you to go back anyway, huh? I'll put you back downstairs in your little cage.
That's funny.
But anyway, back to being on point. Um, the main thing that that I like to point out, is a dichotomy with Christians. They're so narrow-minded when it comes to how God could do something or how God, is capable of it. They talk about how God is the Almighty, the All-Knowing, and then in the same sentence they talk about how He's only going to do it in one way. How that's the only possible way He can possibly do it. There's no other way, and if you say there's any other alternative to that, you're just a kook, conspiracy, energetic channeling nut job. It's like, oh really? Why don't you pull your head out of your ass for a minute? Look at yourself. Realize that if God can create you and create the vastness that I just described earlier in that beautiful poetic, tear-jerking, hair-raising description of that whole thing, if He can do that, I'm pretty damn sure He could come back and everybody as in here, manifest Himself right here and in here, in your heart. Because the Bible talks a lot about that too. You point that out, and they're like, "Oh, shut up! I don't want to hear about that." La 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 la. Same type of thing. And number one, I don't believe God's a babysitter like a lot of Christians want to point Him out to be. And number two, God gave us the idea. He gave us the instilling idea of independence, the instilling idea of being able to do things yourself. So I don't really see how God, who genetically created us to be somewhat independent and, being able to think for ourselves in a form or manner of speaking, is just going to automatically come down like the almighty Lord and Savior babysitter and go, okay, now you guys all just get into a line and we can start reading out of the Bible for all eternity, and that's all it's going to be. Because I remember being a kid, being in church, that's how it was always struck down to me. Like, people would just be like, oh, we'll go up to this white cloud in the sky, pearly gate, and, we'll just sit around for all eternity, and it'll just be good, and blah, 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 blah. And then I'd ask detailed questions like, well, will we be able to explore the universe and do all of these cool things that I want to do? And I'd always get the answer, oh, well, we'll just know all of that stuff, and we won't have to do that because we'll just know it. And
I'm back. I'm back,
th-
but I'm changing my shirt because I got marked by the beast.
oh. And, to me, it's just kind of like, okay, that sounds boring to me. That doesn't sound like heaven. What sounds like heaven to me is actually exploring the universe and actually doing what God designed us to do, which is, I'm pretty sure, explore. Not just sit around in a solitary cloud hut, where the sun never sets and just sitting there, knowing everything. That kind of sounds like hell to me, because now you know everything, and then what else is there to do except just sit
Listen
there?
to harp music and contemplate your testicles for all eternity. That is heaven.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of that idea. It's kind of like, okay, um, uh, help me here, you know. So, yeah, I mean, To me, it's just, I don't really understand that. But the main thing that I think the blood moon really symbolizes, besides, any of that other stuff, is just kind of really kind of the beginning of the height of the climax of, the year of action, a real shift in political events. I mean, you can see it in the Middle East, with the Russians and the Chinese, destroying U.S.-backed proxies. You can see that there's just kind of this almost solidified, like the good, even if they're not quote-unquote good people, whether it's, Putin or, whoever in China or whatever, even though they might not be particularly viewed as good people, for a lot of their actions, I'm kind of noticing that, humanity is uniting in, like, interesting ways that we wouldn't have seen before had these energetics not been coming into motion.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's just kind of like it's reassurance that humanity is moving in the right direction and things are going in the direction that they need to be going, And even with people like in the relative, not that Alex Jones is mainstream, but I mean he's kind of mainstream in the sense that he's kind of the main port for a lot of what the real mainstream would call conspiracy theory type stuff. Even I've noticed here in the last month or so, even he's starting to take a chill pill and sit back and kind of realize that it's not going to be doom and gloom. We're not all going to burn in fire and brimstone, and it's not going to be death for everybody. I mean, he realizes that they could take him out at any time, but he knows he's starting to come to the realization now that the planet's moving in a more positive direction than he would have thought at first, and he's starting to realize that humanity may not be as fucked as he once thought. So just things like that. I'm noticing that people, even that aren't really maybe as energetically in tune as others, are even starting to figure out and connect the pieces. Like, okay, if we unite together, if we simply just do that, we might end up having a planet to live on after the globalists go, get defeated after all, So I'm just really starting to notice there's unification within humanity. I'm starting to see kind of those signs that humanity's starting to come together regardless of views, political creed, affiliations, ideologies, etc. Whether it's the race issue, I've noticed like in Ferguson there were African Americans and whites linking arms and chain links, protecting the police officers, handing bottles of water out to the police officers. I mean, that was stuff that back in the 90s, you would have never seen that. It would have been would have been rioting, everybody would have been fighting, everybody would have been, every man for himself. But now, it's starting to become polar opposite. People are starting to realize, instead of destroying each other like we've always been, why don't we start helping each other? And now humanity's starting to put the pieces together, starting to realize, hey, if we help our fellow man, we'll have a planet to live on after everything's, and the current is said and done, and we just might have a chance at a better world than what we've got right now. So, to me, the blood moon just kind of signifies that height of that kind of energy, that consciousness of, figuring things out and starting to put the pieces together and starting to unify and, pushing towards a better planet. So, regardless of political ideology or creed or anything of that nature. So, I think that's what the blood moon overall represents for humanity.
Do not slaughter the younglings. Bring them to me, and I will show them the power of the backside of the Force. I am Pope Sidious.
Yes, Pope Francis, we know you're an evil pedophile.
I honestly don't think Pope Francis is an evil pedophile.
Well, I was talking about Popentine. I keep forgetting the guy's name, but the one that really looks like...
the guy. No, Pope Francis is more like Pope Vader. He's kind of more of a smug, you know. He's just like yes. Well, I burned 557,000 tons of coal in my Boeing 767, spewing millions of tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. I'm going to tell 90% of the third world to give up electricity and to give up all of the basic amenities that they need to be living in comfort. Yes, people of the third world, go kill yourselves because it's good for the planet.
Together
I
we
am the
will
Pope.
rule the galaxy as Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
People who own guns and are independent are not Christian. Because if they were truly Christian, they would be licking my dick. Because that is the only true Christian. I am the Pope. My name is Pope Francis. I am coming here to the United States to dictate to you how to lick my balls. Because I am a tyrant. Oh, I screw in light bulbs. I am an inbred. My name is Pope Francis. Oh.
Yeah, sure. Everyone
I
has
am
opinions about everyone.
transcendent of the flesh. Here, little boy. I should find and play that scene. Katerina was great in that.
What?
You don't know what I'm referring to? That was a video we made when you were here. As a matter of fact, you were sitting right about...
What video are you talking about? Do it again. The thing.
You were sitting, like, right here.
No, but what thing did you do with your hands?
I am so transcendent of the flesh. Here, little boy. You know what? I'll be right back. I'll bring up the actual footage. Let me find it.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Did I do that? I don't think so.
Yes, you did, and I will prove it. Be right back.
Okay. He's pulling up the footage of me doing something highly weird.
Well, you can talk in the meantime. This will take me a few minutes.
Well, I was just letting him know because he had dropped off.
Well, at least Google's dropping me off when I'm not saying anything as according to when I am saying something, so...
Upgrade Google. Thank you, Google.
I can at least get my thoughts through in a coherent manner without having Google just interrupt me and say, nope, you're not allowed to continue. Sorry. Gonna have to have a 30-second awkward cut between, your thoughts. Thank God it's not doing that.
Right.
So. It's funny, my friend last night was asking me questions about, the energies and what effects they have on humanity and stuff, and I was just like, oh, I'm too tired for this. It's like a weird energetic rush, but at the same time like an energetic drain. Okay, Cassie Gilmore would like to add you on Skype. Yeah, I don't know who you are.
It's probably a bot.
Yeah, probably. If you can't send me a message saying, hey, this is me, blah, 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 I don't really want to add you.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's just that.
I'm still sleepy.
I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go squish out a paradigm log.
I see. We are having an intermission. I'm going to turn on music.
I hath found it, my brothers and sisters. Can we hear an amen? Hallelujah.
Yeah, I was just having some music on for interlude.
Well, just make sure that it's nothing that'll
is.
get me like DMCA'd.
No, it's yeah, it's royalty free.
Okay. Anyway, so PSEC 2015 Overcoming Fear Self-Promotion full revised version. The original is in 2013, obviously. And obviously it's a bunch of different clips going back and forth. So this is the beginning of the segment in which that which I described is a part of. So I'm going to hit the play button now, okie dokie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You can see it, right, Katerina?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Saganaki. She is becoming one with the Saganaki. Transcending the Saganaki consciousness or something. This Saganaki now. Om.
I've transcended my penis's ego.
And he comes walking up like, okay, what you got, dude? We must break the bread. The second coming.
I just came.
The next Empower Network blog. Just kidding.
No, I'm kind of making fun of all those spiritual people who are like, I'm so okay being celibate. And then they go out and, like, have sex with their followers.
With their fathers? Oh, you said
Their
followers.
followers.
Oh, I thought you said fathers.
You know? The people who, like,
Or the
Dev, Guru Dev, maybe that's one of them,
or the
had sex with a whole bunch of his people and then like, coerced them into sexual fornication.
or how about the meth head ascension program where you get to trash a sanctuary?
That has nothing to do with molesting your followers and being a celibate.
No, but it has to do with being completely deluded.
Yeah. They're just making fun of people who ignore their sexual needs and then it comes out in weird ways.
Yeah, like what about Catholic priests?
Like molesting children. I was just thinking
Synchronicity.
molesting children. They're like, I am so beyond the physical flesh. Except for they're not necessarily holding mudras, they're doing this. I'm so beyond the physical flesh. I do not need sex. Come here, little boy.
You don't need sex. That doesn't count as sex. That counts
Look at
as
that 5-year-old's
domination.
Sunday school. That's where I get my babes. Literal babes.
Let the children come to me for disease who shall inherit the kingdom of heaven. You're doing it wrong! You're doing it wrong! You're doing it wrong!
Yeah, this is bad.
You're doing it wrong. Yeah, so now do you remember, Katerina?
I do. That's fucking funny.
You should probably watch that big long PSEC episode again one of these days. There's a lot of funny stuff we did.
Yeah, I bet there is. It's funny how that was like, what, 2 years ago?
2013.
Yeah, it's 2015 right now.
14 to 15, yeah, so 2 years.
2.5.
Roughly, give something. It was spring of 2013.
Yeah, so like 2.5.
Yeah, somewhere in there, something like that.
Man, that's so weird. Like, I know everyone said that, you know, the ages of like 18 to 25, you change a lot. Like, or at least 18 to like 23, you change so much as a person and the way you see things and think about things because your brain is like developing and evolving and stuff.
I age is really irrelevant to that. It's more like choice, because we get better and better at what we practice at. So people who practice becoming more deluded, more ignorant, more psycho, more stupid just become really good at it. And people who practice at becoming more aware get better at that. So
well,
whether
I'm saying that and this. Saying that and this, like, yes, of course, you can change any time at any point. Though I'm saying, though, that for me as a person, like, growing from teenage years into being an adult, like, it was so funny to watch all of my little phases and, like, the ways that I was and some of the things that I did. I'm just saying it's humorous.
Yeah, that was only 2.5 years ago.
I know, it's tripping me out. I'm like, whoa, that was Katerina like 2.5 years ago. And Rich totally missed it. Can we keep watching it? Can you show Rich? It's funny.
Oh, Rich wasn't here for that?
No, he just got back.
No.
No, let me refresh my browser.
Well, hold on. I mean, I closed it out and everything. Now I gotta, like, track back and find it again. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, Rich.
Hey, Katerina.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Katerina.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Katerina.
Hey.
I have found it. Are you ready, Rich?
Yes.
Here we go. Flame and Feed.
Quite literally.
Yeah, literally. In brandy. What's it called? Saganaki?
Yes, Saganaki.
Saganaki. She is becoming one with the Saganaki. Transcending the Saganaki consciousness or something. Let us meditate on this Saganaki now. Om.
I've transcended my penis's ego.
And he comes walking up like, okay, what are you guys doing? We must break the bread. The second coming.
I just came.
The next Empower Network blog. Just kidding.
No, I'm kind of making fun of all those spiritual people who are like, I'm so okay being celibate. And then they go out and, like, have sex with their followers.
With their fathers? What? Oh, you said
Their
followers.
followers.
Oh, I thought you said fathers.
You know? The people who, like,
Or the
Dev, Guru Dev, maybe one of them,
or the
had sex with a whole bunch of his people and then they coerced them into sexual fornication.
or how about the meth head ascension program where you get to trash a sanctuary?
That has nothing to do with molesting your followers and being a celibate.
No, but it has to do with being completely deluded.
Yeah. They're just making fun of people who ignore their sexual needs and then it comes out in weird ways.
Yeah, like what about Catholic priests?
Like molesting children. I was just thinking
Synchronicity.
molesting children. They're like, I am so beyond the physical flesh. Except for they're not necessarily holding mudras, they're doing this. I'm so beyond the physical flesh. I do not need sex. Come here, little boy.
I do not need sex. That doesn't count as sex. That counts
Look at
as
that 5-year-old's
domination.
Sunday school. That's where I get my babes. Literal babes.
Let the children come to me, for it is these who shall inherit the kingdom of heaven. You're doing it wrong! You're doing it wrong! You're doing it wrong! You're doing it wrong. Did Rich see it this time?
Yeah.
We shall break this bread, and then I'm just like sitting there doing the Christ-like pose, you know. We shall break this bread for the body of Christ.
So those are Dave's and my antics. That was like 2.5 years ago. Holy crap.
Seems like yesterday.
I know, weird.
Yeah, it's crazy how that shit works.
Mhm.
I was just talking about some of that same shit with my friend yesterday, you know, because we met a couple of years ago, and it's like, holy crap, it's been 2 years.
Pretty weird.
Flashback with Katerina and Dave.
Mhm. I can only
Meanwhile, 2
imagine like
years ago.
crazy antics we're gonna have when I come see you in Chicago again. Did you know
Oh,
that
God.
my sister is actually going to Chicago in a couple days?
Who?
My sister.
Really?
Yeah. She had bought tickets for her cheater boyfriend and her to go, and so like unfortunately the second ticket she had is non-transferable, so I couldn't go with her. But yeah, pretty funny.
Katerina, where does Dave live? Why? So I can completely avoid that area of Chicago.
I don't think so.
I'm kidding. It is cursed by Satan with the mark of the rat beast.
Rat beast.
Hello, I am the Antichrist. I need your souls. Sir, you are sick.
Oh God, you know, I should play that video. Just for fun. I really should. We've
That's
never
so
played that one on a
pointless.
hangout ever, and it's hilarious. And you know, I'll just pull it from YouTube, and you know, then people can see how to look it up and stuff too. It's shit's just hilarious. It's called Shoe Souls, Souls. I have it on one of my channels too, but this came up first. So there we go. Give that a second.
Answer the damn phone. Shoe store.
Yes.
What time are you open till?
We open till 9:30 tonight.
Yes, you've got plenty of, shoes there?
Yes, sir.
The shoes have soles on them?
Just one sole, one outsole, sir.
And how many shoes do you have in the store?
How many do I have in the
How many shoes are in the store? Can I get the soles without the shoes?
The outsole?
Yes, I want the soles. I need the soles.
No, sir.
What?
We can't see all the soles are already glued to the shoe.
I am the Prince of Darkness. I need the soles. I command thee to speak. Our Father who art in hush puppies, hallowed be thy heel. I need souls, man. How many souls can you deliver to me today?
Deliver to you?
Take my hand. Walk in the valley of the darkness.
Sir?
I command thee to deliver your souls to me.
Hello?
Yes.
How can we help you?
I need souls.
What?
I command thee to give me your souls. Hello?
What I should say?
Hi, shoe store?
Yes.
You have sandals over there?
Uh-huh.
The sandals come with souls?
Yes, they do.
Huh?
Yes, they do.
Take a walk in the valley of the darkness.
Sir?
What is your name? What is your given earth name?
Jason.
Jason.
Actually, Jason is my middle name. My first name is John.
John.
My last name is Baptist.
John the Baptist. Oh, how perfect.
Hey, man, you're a sick individual, man.
I command thee to embrace the darkness.
What was that, man?
I command thee to embrace the darkness.
Hey, let me tell you something. Why don't you go get a light, man, and go play with yourself, okay? That's ignorant, man.
How about if I play with you?
Why don't you come on out here and play with me then?
I will come and play with you.
You're a sick-ass individual, man.
I'll use your head as a basketball.
Okay.
You play a good game of hoops?
Man, I'll f*** you up. You don't know you're dealing with, all right? Good afternoon. That's called for that, Gary speaking out.
Embrace the power of the pumps.
Hey, what's your problem?
Your mother sucks bunions in hell.
You're a sick individual.
I'm not sick. I am the Prince of Darkness.
Go get a life.
Hello?
Ready to finish this thing? Can I help you?
The best part of waking up is Satan in your cup.
Hey, you know what? You're fucked up.
Huh?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, okay. Hey, why don't you come down to the store?
I will fuck you up.
Hey, come down to the store and let me meet you.
I'm the Prince of Darkness,
Man, I
asshole.
don't care what the fuck you are. You're a goddamn idiot.
I am the Prince of Darkness.
Hey, go fuck your mom.
I will fuck your mother.
That is what Rich was referencing.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. That's hilarious.
The best part of waking up is Satan in your cup.
Gangster, yeah. Oh. I don't think Rich has ever seen that one. Christian Gangster.
I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah. Can we watch it?
Well, I also have a short one where we explain the origins of that story. So
Oh yeah, we can start with
I
that.
should probably play that first. So it'll save us the trouble of retelling it, seeing as the story's already been told.
Okay.
So one moment, let me look that up. Intermission music, please. Just don't get me DMCA'd.
No DMCA's here.
Here, let me play some AC/DC. They'll definitely DMCA us for that.
On YouTube, I don't want to get a DMCA. I don't want to get a DMCA. Let's get ready to rumble! Ooh, infinite. Infinite box vortex of oneness, or something. Okay, here we go.
Really,
This one. What's up?
what would be really cool is, like, you know, have like a picture of like the Stargate window in that, like, you know, when the iris is open and the iris would just keep going on forever, so it looked like it was like, be like, oh, it's a portal into the dimension of the internets.
Mhm.
It's all right to be just a little bit creative. Being creative is being a little bit crazy in just the right vibration. With that in mind, you should understand God's completely insane.
Excuse me. Now I look like dark powder.
Why does everybody's lights off?
Talking to you? Was someone talking in the background, Katerina?
somebody just hit the light while I was sitting here doing it, and I was like, no, I need the light.
Was it the Christian gangster? Yeah. Oh. It's like,
I'm Dave Kelso.
not really.
Chicagoland bitches. I'm from the 1990s, West Side. Except for, I don't know if it's West Side. I don't know where it's
Northwest side.
Northwest Side.
That was another video that he made. My little brother freaked out because, like, I was on the phone with Dave one day,
And Jay.
and our friend Jay, and Christian, my little brother. I mean, he just got out of jail a little while ago. And he's like really like, he's
Chicago bitches.
that kind of really angsty kid.
Awesome.
And he's just like, who ate this donut? Who ate the last donut? You know, and Christian and Dave, you know, he starts, what did you do, Dave? He started like antagonizing him. I put you on speakerphone. And Christian was like, who's this motherfucker?
I'm gonna put a Pop-Tart in your ass, biatch!
Pop-Tart in your ass, biatch!
All I said, I didn't know what was going on. I just said, Christian about a donut. And then, like, Christian.
Yeah, and so then Dave made a rap about it. And the rap was actually pretty funny.
And maybe a couple of garden shovels. I think it's pretty common sense that it's almost impossible to do anything with this up your ass. Okay? It's a no-brainer here. If that's up your ass, you're going to have difficulty.
Yeah. So lose the shovel. See, I do the Dave Kelso thing.
I was just like making fun of looking back and everything, and he totally like was completely unable to piss me off. It was hilarious.
Yeah, he's like this little white boy who's just all like,
yeah, so his name is Christian, so I made it, and he's acting all gangsta, so I just like on the fly made a song called Christian Gangsta. And it's funny because he was giving me so much shit, and I'm not kidding here. When I thought up the original tune for the song, I was actually on a toilet taking a shit. I never told you that, Katerina. And this tune came into my head because the main melody tune is like, I'm a Christian gangster, yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster, yeah. What's up, homie?
What's up, homie?
And so on and so forth. And it's like the main tunes started to hit me, and I'm like, oh, I could do something with this. I've done all sorts of parodies and everything else. I'm looking up the video right now so I can give you all the links.
it's funny. It's worth watching, especially the lyrics are really funny.
Katerina did the opening like logo screen for Christian Gangsta because she broke it with like Kate's drawing and all that. Portland in the house.
Say what?
Actually, Portland's about to be out of the house, out of the Chicago house.
This is awesome. We need to do this more often.
I agree with you. Because Portland's got a freaking plane to catch over here. Then Amir freaks out. We never do it again.
It is.
I'm happy I was able to introduce my friends that I met in Chicago with my friend that I was staying with in Chicago.
Only say what? Bitches.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah.
I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah.
So that was the making of. So now we can do PSEC 2012. That should be enough to get it. Christian Gangsta. There we go, homie.
It's all right to be just a little bit crazy. Being creative is being a little bit crazy in just the right vibration. With that in mind, you should understand God's completely insane.
There's the Stargate you were looking for, Rich.
Uh-huh.
The early days of PSEC. Brought to you by Dick Insider. And an exploding star tip. Perfect, thank you.
If you really want enlightenment, then just lighten up.
Then switch.
That's not Tom. That's the eagle.
Apparently he wants to meet you right now.
He wants to meet me right now. Well, you'll have to invent teleport. Either that or win the lottery.
Or be bastard. Or be bastard.
Apparently you wait 8-year-old.
I'm a Christian gangster, yeah. I'm a Christian gangster, yeah.
My brothers and sisters, beware the demon, beware that wicked Satan. We must cast out the dark Satan, but we will never burn in the fires of hell, the fires of hell. I hear amen, my brothers and sisters.
I'm a Christian gangster. He's a Christian gangster. I'm a Christian gangster. Everybody, I'm a Christian gangster. I'm a Christian gangster. I'm a Christian gangster. He's a Christian gangster. I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah. 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 I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker, don't give me donuts. You already know you got no nuts. Teleport your bitch ass out of my face, otherwise don't talk smack up in my face. I'm getting beaver by the ton. You already know that I'm one. People yell Jesus Christ when they see me. You know all you faggots will be me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah. I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah.
Don't tell me nothing about you, weak. I'll stick that soap in your booty. Hey, Charlie, what you say? Come to my place. I got something I can stick in your face. It's called my Bible, motherfucker. It's the word of God. Get your ass on your knees and I'll show you my cross.
Christian gangster. Yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster. Yeah. I'm a Christian gangster, yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster, yeah. I'm a Christian.
Fuck you, man. Ain't no shine, ho. Sipping on a 40, chilling with my hoe.
Yeah. I'm a Christian.
Keep pimping in Bible class, representing verses since I slept there. And I'm here singing it to the nation. Gonna bring you my revelation. Don't talk no shit, cause you're gonna run. Cause I'm a Christian gangster. And you just a cunt.
I'm a Christian gangster, yeah. I'm a Christian gangster, yeah. I'm a Christian gangster,
yeah. Otherwise, you would burn in the fire. Made for Satan. It's fallen angels. This is the place that you're not going to go, my brothers and sisters. You must beware. You must beware of Satan. You must beware anyone who is going to deviate you from the faith. You must beware of Satan. But forever till you burn in the fire. Hallelujah.
like a bomb.
That's wet!
No.
I realized it's picking out the window. Whoa, away from us!
Oh, you tell them the fence switch things again.
She's a liar. She's like a comic. I want her to move. I don't feel it. She's a liar. She's a bad baby. She's a liar.
We don't flash, we flush. Gangster, yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster, yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster, yeah. Oh, I'm a Christian gangster, yeah.
Christian saw that and he's like, fuck it, you win. Where'd Katerina go?
It's a good question.
She was.
Hopefully she didn't. Yeah, she was here like at the last I looked, she was right there literally. But I heard the little bell thing, so she could have accidentally dropped off just then.
I'm not trying to go into here. Trying to message her and find out where the hell she went. Come on, Facebook, stop being ridiculous. Even though that's like your job to be ridiculous, take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Just messaging her asking where'd you go? But yeah, next time she's back in town again, I'm sure we're going to have all sorts of crazy antics that we're going to be doing and putting up. And my God, it'll be a trip, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying my computer took a shit. I was running too many programs. That's a Mac for you.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, we're still here, so we'll be waiting. I'm rebooting. Okay. So yeah, what'd you think about that?
I laughed more at the Fence Witch stuff, honestly.
But it was just funny. Like after I made that, Christian's just like, "Fuck it, you win." He was just like laughing so hard he couldn't like have anything against me anymore, try to troll me or anything. He's just like, "Fuck it."
We're done. Yeah.
Peace was established.
What was really fun? Yeah. What was really funny last night? I was watching like top 5 unknowns, which is a really good YouTube channel. One of the really funny things, I was watching a video about like top 5 urban legend videos believed to be true.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really funny because one of the videos, it was like this weird, like satanic, like laughing video or something. It was really weird. It had like all these high-pitched noises and all this weird stuff, and like showing this guy who was like rolling his eyes or whatever, like from side to side, like in a circular motion. And it was really, and you can hear like the satanic devil laughing in the background. And and this guy on the top 5 is this narrator. He's describing what it's done to some people, and I was just sitting there laughing. It's like, okay, a video this stupid and this cheesy, that's like 240p resolution, caused people to gouge their eyes out. It's like, I'm not fucking buying it.
Yeah,
it's stupid. It made me laugh. I was just sitting there like, are you fucking joking? Oh my God. I think those urban legends around the videos are what's really funny more than anything. People in urban legends. It's like a video can't like coax you into doing anything unless your state of being is so horrible that you're pushing.
Then I love the opposite dichotomy too, to where it's like they'll like someone will say that something isn't true, and it's like, okay, where's your evidence? It's on Snopes, so that like makes it automatically like their word is God. It's like, I hate to tell you people, but Snopes is just a site run based on the research and mostly the opinions of just regular humans. It's not any sort of evidence. It's no more evidence to anything than me ranting on a fucking PSEC video talking about quantum physics. It's a discussion about things, yes, but it's not evidence. I can talk about quantum physics, metaphysics, experiences, world events, whatever. The whole video is evidence of nothing. You know what I mean? So Snopes is evidence of nothing, but people treat citations of other people's opinions as if that's evidence. It's like, no, that's not evidence. That's just what somebody has compiled together, and it's their point of view from their perspective and whatever. That's not evidence. The next funny thing is people citing Wikipedia as if that's evidence. Try doing that on a high school or college essay. That's like instant F, because Wikipedia is not a source. It's a reference guide that has some sources to things listed, and then you could go to other sources from there and so on. It's like a portal into potential sources, but in and of itself is not a source. And there's so many people that'll be like, here, it must be true because it's in Wikipedia. Bam. That's like saying, oh, it was on TV, so it must be true. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's Wikipedia is the equivalent of shouting, fire in a movie theater. It's like, oh, I said fire, so there's a fire. It's like, no. It's just you shouting fire in a crowded movie theater. That's all it is.
And people forget that Wikipedia, being a wiki, is open sourced and community edited. So it's all the perspectives of
anybody with a personal bias who has something against something that happened in history can go on there and edit it to their liking, and moderate it around and go, there, now I edit it to how I want it, how I personally feel it should be said,
I mean, I could go into a page on Einstein and just add in that he had a fetish for pink bunnies or something. Like, obviously, that's not true, but I can go in and add it in, and then one of these dumb shits will be like, he liked dyeing bunnies pink and raping them. It was on Wikipedia, so it must be true. It's like, okay, man. Keep thinking that. Oh, did you see Trent's newest post? Some hackers pulled a funny with CERN.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I may as well share this for posterity here or whatever. Let me find it. Okay, I've gone too far. Need to go down. I can close out Katerina's chat window there. Am I presenting to everybody? Oh no, I didn't click that window. I don't know if I'm presenting to everybody or not. I need to click the little button. Come on.
I can submit.
Okay, yeah, you can, but I don't know if, like, it's recording into YouTube or whatever. Look at where it says cern.ch/jobs.
I can't see anything.
You can't?
Oh, I see your camera. I don't see your screen.
Oh, weird.
You were screen sharing now. You're not screen sharing at all.
Oh, that was weird. It, like, disengaged for some stupid reason.
Now I can see.
Okay. Look where it says cern.ch/jobs.
Uh-huh.
Do you see what it says there?
Filament.
Illuminati.
Oh, Illuminati.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Here, let me put it into a better perspective and clicked into the link rather than the screenshot. Because I went into this and checked myself. Okay, so you do a search for CERN, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you scroll down, images for CERN. Look, cern.ch/jobs, Illuminati, right here.
.ch/jobs.
Yeah, see it? Well, when you go to the website, it doesn't say Illuminati. It says it in the Google listing. Am I still screen sharing? Do you not see it?
Yeah, I see it. I'm going to go take a look on Google for myself.
Yeah. Enjoy it while it lasts. I'm sure they'll correct it eventually, but somebody just... Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, somebody had fun being a fucking troll. Yeah, it's just keyword CERN, CERN, and then there it is, Illuminati, CERN.ch/jobs. Get a job in the Illuminati.
Yeah, and if you spell Itan which is Illuminati backwards in the Google search, you can do that right now. The first web link is welcome to the National Security Agency, NSA CSS. And then Snopes right underneath of it. Illuminati spelled backwards points to the NSA ?
Let me guess. You click into that, and it's like, no, it doesn't. That's a myth.
Okay, let's take a look. Oh, no, they are saying true.
Oh, interesting. Well, let's show it on the screen. Spell it backwards for me.
ILLUMINA.
Spell it backward for me. You said it. You got to search it backwards. Spell it backwards.
Oh, wait a minute. ITAN.
ITAN.
MULL.
Ah, there we go. It auto-filled. There it is.
Right there.
Welcome to the National Security Agency, and then Snopes is right directly under it.
Hi.
Hello. Hey, we were just having some fun here with the Can you see the screenshot, Katerina? The screen share.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah. He liked it, but we're talking about if you take Illuminati and spell it backwards, it points to the National Security Agency. And before that, we were talking about how when you do a search for CERN, look at what some troll hackers did. See where it says CERN.ch/jobs and it says Illuminati?
In this stuff.
What?
You tagged me in this on Facebook.
Oh, well, I don't know what you've seen or not. For all I know, you've been busy with 10,000 other things and haven't seen it yet. I don't know. But we're just going over that right now and just laughing about how freaking funny it is.
I see.
Illuminati. They're so naughty. So, with your Mac, you decided to crash different?
What?
Did that kill your inner child?
It didn't kill my inner child, but I was definitely experiencing a little bit of system overload because I had like 3 different PicMonkey windows open, and I had like a bunch of different WordPress applications open and Google Hangouts, and I was trying to reboot my site through Cloudflare, and like there's just like a lot of simultaneous kerfuffle going on.
Rich gets the. Did you hear what I was saying? Did you hear what I was saying, Rich?
No.
I was saying, oh, so did you crash differently? Did Mac kill your inner child? It doesn't get the joke, obviously. Well, let's fill her in. Time to go back into screen share mode. Present to everyone. Okay, so if we go to YouTube and we type in Mac killed my, oh, and there's the autofill. Mac killed my inner child. This is a short but funny one.
Editing is all Mac-based now. I mean, you know, there are programs out there on the PC, but whether you're using Avid or using Final Cut Pro, you're working on a Macintosh. Using a Mac is a little different than using a PC. It's not so much operating a computer as it is sort of tricking it, fooling it into doing what it is you really want it to do. You kind of have to sneak up on that. I don't feel like I'm operating the Mac so much as I'm just there sharing the Mac experience. And if I can do something useful while the Mac is willing, so much the better. One of the coolest features of the Macintosh is it's really easy to shut down. All you have to do is be using a piece of software, and then poof, it goes away. It's gone. It's shut down. You didn't push any buttons. You didn't close. You didn't even save. It's just gone. Unless you want to shut down a Mac. Oh, that's a whole other story. I mean, you try to close a program, and it locks up, and then you do that funny, what is it, the cloverleaf period thing? These unnatural and ultimately useless interruptions. Then nothing moves. Then you push the power button, and it won't turn off. You go around and unplug it, and you better hope you're not on a laptop, because then you got to find the damn battery and try to pull that out, or the thing will never shut down. So I put my CD-ROM tray, and I'm copying media off that CD, dragging it onto my desktop, dragging it onto my...
She's crashing differently.
As soon as that happens, she crashes.
Yeah. But
you push the little button, and then it doesn't do anything.
It just shuts down. You don't even have to push any buttons. You don't even save. It just shuts down.
Mm-hmm. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, so he'll be right back, and then we'll continue this. Maybe Katerina will come back on before then. I guess we'll see. Rich doesn't usually take too long with these things. Or fuck it, I'll just continue playing it for whoever might be watching at any given time that they're watching it.
Dragging it onto my desktop, I eject it, and where did my files go? It's the only operating system I know of where click and drag does not mean you actually copy or move anything. No, you're just making shortcuts on your desktop. So I've got my next CD, and I slam it into the CD-ROM tray, and lo and behold, it's playing all by itself. I'm looking for a way to turn it off. Finally, out of desperation, I click and drag the CD into the garbage can. The system locks up. So I go to the cloverleaf period spacebar thing, hoping I can stop the program, and I get a little caution window saying, careful, interrupting this program may lock up the system. I try to click OK, but the system's already locked up! I like the handle here. That's so you can attach a chain and use it as a boat anchor! The Mac is practicing some kind of bizarre psychological warfare on me because I'm working late at night. Out the corner of my eye, I keep seeing this thing jumping up and down. The update manager is bouncing at the bottom of the screen like a Jack Russell fucking terrier. So I'm looking around in the list of the files, trying to find the executable that wants me to update. And if I click on any one of them by accident, I rename it. Oh no, it's been renamed nothing. It was some kind of important system file, and the computer crashes. On a PC, no data is really lost. I mean, there's a way to undelete a file. If you know what you're doing in DOS, you can go in and recover anything that's been corrupted. On a Mac, if you lose a file, you run to the store to get a copy of the Mac version of Norton Utilities. You run back only to have Norton go, "You idiot! You own a Macintosh! The file is fucking gone! It's just gone!" You don't have any tools or any kind of buttons or whatever dials or switches on the bottom of the screen because if you reach for them, the dock menu comes up. You have to like angle around and slide and dodge the thing to get to the control. It's kind of like boxing with your computer. I can put it on the bottom, I can put it on the left.
Over the top, Dave. Like, this is not my experience with Mac at all.
My name is Hunter Kressel. I'm an editor, and I cut together everything you saw tonight on a Macintosh.
Crash different.
Mac killed my inner child.
But the real funny thing, Katerina, is when he was talking about the cool thing about a Mac is it's real easy to shut down. You don't have to push any buttons. You didn't even save. It just shuts down, and that is when you crashed. You went bye-bye. And me and Richard just laughing. We paused it, and I'm like, well, she's on a Mac, and it just shut down. She didn't hit the button.
Yeah, I actually logged out of the Google Hangout because I was waiting for this video to be over because it was retarded. Like, I actually willingly chose to hop off because I was waiting until it was done. Because that was totally gay and over the top and, like, really, really stupid. Just my opinion. Because I have never experienced hardship with my computer. I am actually completely a Mac tard and totally in love with my computer. So, fuck you. Love you. I get so much more stuff done with this computer. Like, seriously, I ran into nothing but issues with my Linux computer and with my Windows computers. And, you know, whatever works for different people, none's better than the others. But this computer just happens to be the one that works for me. So, fuck you.
Well, with Linux, to your own admission at the time, you just kind of had a mental block.
I don't care! You have totally tried to turn me into a Linux nerd forever, and honestly, I just don't like it. It's not that fun, and I don't want to use it.
That's fine. I accepted that a long time ago. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, I hope you accept it, because guess what? My computering is my business, not yours.
That's fine. But if someone makes a video making fun of Linux, I'm not gonna like shut it down and get all butthurt. Like, it was just stupid, so I'm leaving now. Fuck you.
Well, guess what? That was the mood that I was in that moment. So guess what? Deal with it.
Yeah. And Rich will be right back. I'm not exactly sure where he went.
Well, good thing he got to dodge the venom.
Sorry if that was a little too paradigm reflective there, Katerina.
My computer is doing just fine now, thank you very much.
Some days you can take the teasing, and other days, not so much.
Nope. Some days, Dave, some days. Guess what? I'm a human being. I am totally subject to the whims of flights and fancies of emotion.
Really? I thought you were a fucking robot, an android with a big dick coming out the back of your head.
You're an android, big dick, coming out of your face.
that can blend fucking cake batter and shit.
You blend cake batter with your face.
I think Rich is back.
I am.
I am that I am. She didn't like the video. Oh well.
Oh.
Oh well. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Told you I was close today.
You missed all her butthurt venom. She poured it out on me, so you got lucky.
What the fuck? Mac is good. Yeah.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah, it's all about what you prefer at the end of the day.
Yeah. Some people like anal sex. It's all about what you prefer.
Hey, I love anal sex, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Dave is always telling me, oh, you like wind shafts, so you like getting it up the butt with a redwood tree? Yeah, it's all about what you prefer.
So, anybody have anything else to add about the original topic of this video before we went completely ungodly off course?
No. I was pretty much done within like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Anything more you can add, Rich?
No, I pretty much gave all the perspective I can give. And I think it's safe to say that I gave pretty much the perspective that we can agree with somewhat, unless not.
Well, I think the rat disagreed with some of it. He pissed on me.
Oh.
The mark of the beast.
Or maybe that was just his way of agreeing in a trolling sort of way.
Here's my liquid lunar energies just for you. Okay, so I guess we can end the broadcast then if nobody has anything else to say. This has been fun, for the most part. Except for Google constantly kicking Rich out, but other than that.
Hey, the good thing is that you can be grateful for is it's not kicking me out mid-sentence. Now,
Yeah,
that's
that is
annoying.
Totally.
At least it was kicking me out when I wasn't saying anything, as opposed to when I was saying something, because we all know we've had that happen before.
Yeah, totally. Okay, well, thank you everybody for watching. We're going to continue this conversation in private mode as far as the public video. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day, night, whatever it is in your part of the world, your time zone, whatever. Hasta la vista, and see ya!